After James Charles was seen out with a number of other influencers at the Hype House for Larray's birthday party, him and many others got harsh backlash online for ignoring the current health crisis. But unlike practically all of the other attendees, James has now decided to speak out with an apology to his fans. Hey, what's up, buyers? It's Mackenzie here, and today on the channel I have a follow-up to the story I did last week of tons of influencers attending a massive party at the Hype House in light of the current pandemic. And if you didn't watch that one, basically tons of the biggest influencers in the game right now, including James, Tana Mojo, Nikita Dragon, Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio, and Emma Chamberlain were all in attendance, taking photos right beside each other with no masks on. And of course, after all this came out, everyone was really mad and calling them out for being incredibly irresponsible, especially for those who were flaunting it on social media. After all the backlash, James addressed it in a video he filmed the day of the party, called A Day in the Life with James Charles. And even though he showed himself getting ready for the party and picking his outfit, he said in the statement that he was not going to show the footage he took at the party to not be a bad example, saying in text in the video, quote, "Even though I have been wearing a mask in public and have tested negative multiple times, going to a party during a pandemic was a selfish and stupid decision. People's safety and keeping COVID-19 contained is far more important than celebrating a friend's birthday, and unsafe partying is not something I want to promote to my audience." And surprisingly, that apology was received very well by fans and drama channels, as people were happy that he at least addressed it, unlike everyone else who stayed silent. And I guess because of the positive reception that James got, Tana then decided to post her own apology, as she had been going out what seems like every night and flaunting it on her socials like it's nothing, saying in an Instagram story, quote, "Going to parties and social gatherings during the pandemic was careless and irresponsible," then saying she will now hold herself accountable and will be staying inside from now on. Continuing, quote, "Actions like that don't deserve a platform, and I want to fully apologize and be better than this. I need to be a better example and person." And I think we can all agree with that by what we've been seeing her do on social media recently. But her apology was definitely not as well received, as it seemed like she was just kind of piggybacking off the apologies of other people, and since people have been calling her out for weeks and she's only now apologizing, makes it seem like she's just trying to, save face. Personally, the fact that she said she was gonna address all this Callan and BLM stuff, but instead has been out partying, kinda just says all I need to know personally. Okay, everyone, that's all for that story. Let me know what you think of both apologies. Do you think James was being sincere, and do you accept the apology, or do you think people are just being too harsh on him with all the other massive stars that were there and have literally said nothing? Okay, well, that's all from that story, but before I go, I'm gonna shout out some comments from my first video on this whole story with the party. So Amira said, "Influencer is just another word for parasite." Really? Like, at this point, I can't even argue with that. It really is getting so bad. They need a whole rebrand for like the good influencers. Then Lil Twitchy said, "My theory, they are purposely trying to get coronavirus so their content of being sick with coronavirus blows up and they make bank." I really hope that's not true. I mean, Tanner Fox just said that he got corona, and I mean, I don't think his content's doing any better personally, so it might not be a good strategy, but I think that they might be just like, at the very least, a little less scared of getting it, because if they do get it, kind of at least they can make content out of it, but hopefully they're not thinking that way. Then Rosette said, "America's too soft on their laws. Here in South Africa, you'll get fined $1,000 for not wearing a mask. Alcohol is banned and we have a curfew of 9, yet we're a third world country." Agreed, America's just been so lax, and it's obviously showing how bad of an idea that was now. Like, if they would have just, been on a strict lockdown like the rest of us, they'd be in a way better position. And now it's looking like the last 3 months that people did do lockdown have kind of been for nothing, which is really sad. Okay, everyone, that's all from me today. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way here, I really appreciate it. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram to be kept up to date with all the news and tea you'll ever need to know. And I will see you in the next one.